What a twist!
What did you
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you.
That was a worst possible
I was really hoping Casey would get that.
Oh, god damn it. Fuck you.
It's M. Night Shyamalan. You gotta do that, man.
Yeah, but that was just a bad accident.
I don't care.
Either way, I'm not spoiling anything by saying this, but the twist, I didn't expect it to be a meta twist, kind of. It was odd. Anyway, we just saw Split.
Yay.
Honestly, it's all I can really say. It's a weird movie.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely like one of a kind. Well, not one of a kind, but I have some nitpicks personally, but it's overall it's not a solid movie. But if you're looking for something and there's nothing else on, can't go wrong with it.
I thought it was meh.
Thought it was meh. Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. All right, Casey,
I
what about you?
thought it was pretty good. I mean, it was very effectful on me, I think. I think everything that it tried to do worked into me. Like, the moments where it was, like, scary and tense, like, I felt scared and tense, and then the moments where it was, like, kind of weird, like, I felt weird about.
Well,
so
Quentin, this could also be because both you and I are running on about 5 hours of sleep, and Casey also got like a full 8.
No,
I got
don't
more
think
than a
so.
full 8. Are you kidding?
I
I got like a
don't
good
think
11, 12.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I mean, I do that all the time.
It's with
I
really
can't
fucked up sleep schedule.
I have not slept for like more than 8 hours in so long. It's not.
I mean, I wouldn't say like 11 or 12, maybe like 9 or 10.
Still, even then,
Yeah.
I don't understand.
But like, I don't know. It's nice to get a lot of
My
sleep.
body will not allow me to sleep
Well, it's 'cause,
past like
it's
10 o'clock in the
With
morning.
you get consistent sleep. Me, like, during the week, I'll probably get like 4 or 5 hours, but then like on weekends, I'll just like...
Cram sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it was the fact that I was tired. I just didn't really like it. I think. It's,
Honestly, I felt the tone was all over the place.
Yeah,
Because
I
like
can agree with that.
I mean, even like there was people in the theater laughing along to certain bits, which at first I thought shouldn't be laughed at. But
Yes,
I was
yeah.
like, well, it is a weird, silly moment in the middle of the movie.
Yeah, like the moment when he's like dancing to Kanye West.
Yeah, no.
that wasn't Kanye.
Oh, that wasn't
Oh,
Kanye,
was
but I
that
mean,
Kanye?
like,
Hell no, that wasn't Kanye.
like, okay, so the basic premise of the movie is there's this guy named Kevin, and he has like 21 or like 24 different personalities, and yeah, that's
we don't
basically
need to
it.
get on the highway. We can keep going.
Can we just keep going forward?
Yeah.
Cool. But I mean, basically, like, if you've seen the trailer, all this is in the trailer. It's like he has different personalities,
And it's on the poster.
and it's on the poster, and he just kidnaps 3 girls.
Yeah.
And from there, it's kind of a thriller, but
Yeah.
it didn't feel as impactful as it should be, or at least as the trailer made it
Yeah,
out to
see, I think the problem that I encountered with it the most was I agree the tone was like kind of messed up. You want to take a left up here?
be. Actually, right here, this intersection.
At this intersection, not a U-turn, just straight left.
Cool.
But it wasn't that the tone was all over the place. For me, the problem was that. So I think this is what it is when the movie started and they got locked in the place, I was like, oh, this is kind of similar to 10 Cloverfield Lane, and that movie's freaking awesome. That movie. Then I think I started comparing the two, even though they're kind of similar in the
In a
sense that
way.
you can't tell, like, if the main dude is bad
Antagonist,
or
quote,
good.
unquote.
Yeah, exactly, quote unquote antagonist, and then the girl's trying to get free. So I kind of compared those, and
See, maybe it's just you and me. We've seen too many of these movies. 'Cause
No.
we've seen Green Room, we've seen 10 Cloverfield Lane, and now we've seen this.
yeah, this doesn't measure up to those.
That's what I'm saying. It's like we've already seen this. Show us something new. And that's I'm talking to you and me. Because Casey,
Yeah,
you,
no,
weren't,
I-
you weren't there for Green Room or
No.
you 10 Cloverfield Lane.
No, and I'm not a big like thriller fan, so I'm not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't usually watch a movie like this. So I feel like when I do go and watch movies like this, because of my addiction, like, because of how little I watch movies like this,
forward.
it makes me more into it.
Take it right in
and it
2
has more of
miles.
an impact on me.
Take a right in the what?
2 miles.
2 miles? Okay.
On Coit.
On Coit, got it. But no, I can see your total point, Casey. Like,
Yeah.
I can concede for someone who hasn't like watched as many movies as Quinn and I, it could be alright.
I mean, I can see like I can
It-
see your guys' perspective as well. Like you've seen too many of these kind of movies, and like you've
Again,
seen
it
some
wasn't.
really
It
good
wasn't
ones.
that I've seen too many. It's just that it didn't really hit for me.
Okay.
I mean, because I will say this: the James McAvoy, he did a really good job.
No, I
did.
agree.
He did.
Switching between those voices and like all that kind
The
of
different mannerisms,
the mannerisms,
subtleties of
everything.
it.
I thought he did a really good job. Just like,
Like, I agree. I think it does fall flat, and there are some good moments, but I'm thinking my part's in it, like the reason why I'm feeling that way is because I'm jaded. Like I've seen this.
Yeah.
The only thing that, and like you said, the only thing that was really different about that movie was James McAvoy doing the different personalities.
Yeah, and I think he did a good job on it.
Yeah, he did a great job of it, I feel like.
But like in terms of plot and that kind of stuff, like one thing. Okay, this goes into spoilers, so
We'll just go ahead and start the spoiler section.
yeah. So spoiler part of it is I think.
Well, actually,
they
hold on, let's
should-
give it some ratings first.
Okay, yeah.
I give it a solid 12 out of 24 personalities. 50%.
I can agree with that. That's a solid.
I'm very lukewarm on this.
I think that's like I was thinking 5 out of 10 anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm
that's
thinking
perfect.
I'm thinking for me, 5 out of 10. Average viewer, I'd probably give it a good 6 or 7. Like you can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it.
It's entertaining.
I'm gonna give it 17 out of 24 personalities.
All right, so a little bit above half.
Yeah. And again, it's because like I'm not usually one to see these kind of movies, so it
Yeah.
had more of an impact on me.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're actually doing spoilers.
Yeah, so first of all, why would they not resolve the thing with her guardian being a child molester? I think that's kind of fucked
yeah.
up.
That was really fucked
And
up.
like they're just like, oh, your uncle's here. Okay, cool.
Well, I like to think that like the black cop who like asked her if she was ready to go, if like she could if she could sense that something was wrong and then was able to figure it out and then was able to like get the bad guy in jail.
Still,
Well,
even
Dawson
then,
Cop,
it's
yeah.
it,
But even then, it's kind of fucked up that it
Yeah,
happened for like a
I-
good 4.
well, yeah, at
like,
least it wasn't
10 years later.
explicitly resolved.
no.
Yeah,
I think
true.
I think it's kind of fucked up that they just left it there. They're like, oh, she's saved from this crazy dude trying to kill her. Too bad she gets to go back to her molester uncle. Hooray!
See, I was hoping like the twist of the movie was like, oh, she was the one with the ID.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
Like that would have been obvious, but that would have been a better twist than what we got, which is a weird meta twist that only hits if you've watched Shyamalan's other works.
Unbreakable.
Yes,
That's what it's
exactly. So it's just, it's weird.
Yeah, and yeah, but you don't introduce a plot point like that without resolving it in some way.
See, I hope they would have just resolved it with her shooting her uncle, and then that's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
would have caused trauma.
I
That would have made
I was
sense.
hoping that was gonna happen. I was honestly hoping she would shoot her uncle.
Yeah,
That was
like-
like in that flashback.
Like I was dreading it, but at least it would make sense
Yeah,
in terms of the character.
I agree. When she was holding the gun up, I'm like, okay, done, dead. He's a dead boy.
yeah, and
No.
like then they like maybe it's like everybody else in the family didn't understand, and she got put into a psych ward or something.
Yep.
Like I could have seen that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That would have been nice, but no, it's just like you gave me a scare. Click, click, click. Done. And
Yep.
like what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then now her dad's dead. Now she's living with her uncle Bad Touch. That's cool.
her uncle bad. Holy fuck.
messed up.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh,
Okay.
there was. This isn't really a spoiler, but there was that one part where it was in Hedwig's room.
Yep,
And then
you're
in the
welcome.
corner,
You're welcome for that.
Yeah.
There was just
You're
a bunch
welcome
of
for
pictures
that.
of boobs, and then like Quentin, he like tapped my shoulder. He was like, "Hey, there's a picture of boobs. There's a bunch
No,
of
I
pictures
said
of boobs in that
boobies.
corner."
Well, the
Boobies.
thing was is that Hedwig as a personality is 9 years old.
Yeah. No.
I
that-
really liked that personality the best. I thought he was entertaining.
See, I liked the neat freak one.
Dennis.
personally. Dennis. I liked him a lot.
I think I liked. What did I like? They were all kind of weird. for
You
me.
keep going forward. I'll tell you when.
Cool.
You're gonna take a left.
I don't know which one I like the most, but yeah. But like, I just thought I would have never noticed that there were just like a collection of boobies on.
Yeah,
You're
no, I
welcome.
wouldn't.
If
of
like
course.
Quentin hadn't have
No,
like,
see,
Leave the fucking Quentin
I'm
to
always
find the boobies.
I'm always scanning the screen, and I just saw them, and I'm like, those are what I think they are, and I'm like, Brad, it's boobies, and you're like, hey.
Like seriously, that actually goes into my other point is that there's so many like goofy moments in
Yeah,
the movie.
it doesn't balance
It
out.
deflates it.
Yeah.
It deflates the tension. Like obviously you need to have some of those moments where it's just not like where the interest curve isn't always skyrocketing. You need
Yeah.
to have it fall for a little while.
See, that's what I think made 10 Cloverfield Lane better than this one.
because the interest curve was up and down all over the place.
No, it's not that. It's that whenever they would have like one of those goofy moments or something similar, they kept it to where you couldn't tell if it was supposed to be that way or not. They kept it to where the tension was still built and you couldn't tell if the antagonist was actually being friendly or not. This one, when he's the 9-year-old, he's always playing around. It was always funny.
Yeah.
So
like,
when he's dancing, when the boobies all that kind of stuff. Well, the movies was my fault. That was my fault.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, I'll give you that one. That one was your fault.
No,
but even then, but even without noticing that scene was hella goofy. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it
dancing.
was. His dancing was fucking weird, but it is what I imagine a 9-year-old would dance like to that kind of music.
now I will say, I did actually feel a little bit of, oddly enough, dread during that scene. I don't know what it was, but the fact that it was like reaching uncanny valley level of goofy.
Take a left at
Right
the
here.
street. No, next one.
Next one. Okay.
Named after my brother.
Yeah, so it's just there was something about that scene as well. It was just like, this is bizarre.
Yep.
Like, it wasn't like, it was goofy at first. Like, I don't know what it was. It was like goofy at the beginning, and then it got like bizarre and creepy, and then it got back to being goofy.
Yep.
I don't know what exactly that was that caused it, but like there was something about that one scene in particular. But either way, I stick by my guns. I'm giving it like 5 out of 10 stars.
I think the Beast thing was kind of stupid.
The Beasting?
No, the Beast thing.
Just the Beast
not the
itself.
Beast.
I was hoping they would go like full transformation with it and actually make his fingers long and hair long too.
Yeah, that's what.
No, I was hoping like his entire body would just like expand up and just become like this huge monster thing.
See, I want to agree, but had it turned into that, where he goes into the train and he like falls down and collapses, I still don't. Oh, his dad left from the train. Okay, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's why he went to the train.
Oh yeah, now that makes sense.
yeah, now I forgot. I was like, why the fuck is he going on a bus train? Doesn't make any. What was it? Had he turned into some giant monster, we would have been making the complaints that it was too much. That's what I think.
Well,
because
see, in my opinion, I was expecting it ever since they said, like, yeah, they have different physiology for those personalities. I was expecting it where I was just like, all right, I saw this one coming. I'm okay with it.
yeah.
Now, yeah, obviously, I can kind of agree with you. It's like, why did they turn this movie from the trailers into a thriller, into a monster movie? I see your point there.
Exactly, because see, think about it this way. You could see what the Beast looked like from Hedwig's perspective. He was all black, and he had the horns, and he
that
had
was
like
probably
red eyes.
the internal like look to it.
So
I get it.
had they turned it into that, we would have been complaining. We would have been like, that was fucking stupid.
I'm just saying, maybe I would have thought that, but personally, right now I'm thinking, like, I saw it coming, I expected it. If it was something unexpected out of left field, like, why the fuck was he a monster then?
Yeah.
Then maybe I would have said it's stupid. But because I was thinking it during the movie, I probably wouldn't have thought so. That's just me.
Maybe, I don't know what my thoughts would be on that. But I also remember Dennis saying that, oh, the Beast is taller than me, and I'm the tallest one out of all of them. But then, like, physiologically,
They're all the same height.
They're all the same height, yeah.
Yes, and then now I'm thinking, well, it's because inside Kevin's head, Kevin being the
9-year-old.
Kevin is the DID like patient. He's
Yeah.
like he's like that's like
the
a
voice.
voice. He's like the prime personality.
He's the actual guy. Yeah.
Yes, but I'm thinking that's like inside Kevin's mind space.
Yeah.
Like what they in the movie, what they say that each character, each identity can get the spotlight for a short while, while they're all sitting in a room on chairs.
Yep.
I'm thinking like it's like an Alcoholics Anonymous style thing, but each
that's what I'm thinking.
personality does have a distinct look.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So in Kevin's mind, Hedwig does look like a 9-year-old boy.
But even then, he still changes clothes for each one.
Yeah, no, I think it's more of like a signifier. It's like, this is what the person would wear. So maybe the clothing is what the character, like the personality would wear inside the head, but even then, I'm just saying, like, actually looking.
And here's one thing that I kind of wish that they did do, because they had it, they were really close. Shyamalan was real goddamn close to making this part really. I think this would have been my favorite part of the movie had it happened. But when she was on the computer, so you know those scenes when they like, well, not specifically horror movies, but just movies in general, where sometimes they like find something out and then they start flipping through all this evidence.
I would have felt that too. Where
I would have loved
seen
it.
All of them.
Exactly. If you see all the, even if it's just for like maybe 5 seconds each, where it's just him saying hi and in a different outfit, different accent, I would have loved that. But instead, they only showed like 2 of them that we already knew, and then
like maybe 3. And even then,
3 or 4
the other ones that we saw in the
take it right on Preston.
On the Preston. All right, cool. The other ones we saw in the on the computer, they actually did come out later on. Like, there was the one that was obsessed with the Islamic specifically Islamic conquering, and the one that had diabetes.
Yep.
But they actually came out later on too. But that's at the computer. Honestly, like, as cliche it is, I wouldn't have minded if like they had all the different personalities making one sentence, like flipping through the TV.
Yeah, that's
like,
that's what I was thinking.
Like, that's cliche, or like maybe all of them saying the same thing with all of them laid out as a grid, like a 6x4 grid or something. Like, honestly, those are probably a bit cliche, but that's something that would have like proved that they put in some time and effort to actually making 24 different personalities.
Yeah, instead of just saying
like essentially, they could have just said, they easily could have just said they have oh, this is the president. Yeah, okay. They easily could have just said he had like 6 personalities.
They could have said he had 60.
Yeah, I'm saying
They could have said whatever
either
number,
one.
but they only showed like 5.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying 6 probably would have been better. It's like, okay, we saw all 6.
Yeah.
That's fine. Honestly, like, for dissociative identity disorder, from what I understand, obviously it's not like that. It's another gripe I have with the film, is that it's not quite realistic in the slightest. But,
yeah, but like most cases are like 6. Or like that's like the highest number.
Yeah, it's just
like
saying,
6 or 8.
24, that's just absurd.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they didn't even show them all. That's the thing. So, like, if they want to show it as an extreme case of dissociative identity
Show them all.
Again,
have it as like 6 or 8 and then show them all.
So again, I'm not an expert, but like these two chuckle fucks are saying, 6, show them all.
0.8 miles, turn right.
0.8, turn where?
Right.
Turn right? Okay, cool. I just needed. Okay, it just says turn right. Alright. Anything else to add to the movie, guys? Because, like, honestly, I had my name.
M. Night Shyamalan's cameo in it. He played a security guy who had like wings.
I thought that was him.
That was him, yeah.
Alright, cool.
I thought it was weird. He was just like there, and he had like
he wasn't even
and
an
he was
important
defending.
part.
He was defending Hooters as well.
I think he does that in all his movies.
Defend Hooters?
No, in
Just
cameo.
Like, meme cameo.
Now that would be a nice trademark, defending Hooters every single
Shit,
every
man,
movie.
I love Hooters.
I know you do.
Have you ever? Oh yeah, you did.
For the food, like legit. It was my grandpa who went there for the boobies.
Okay, so it's not this one, it's the next street.
Okay,
Not this one, but
This one.
keep going. No, keep going. Keep
No, it's
going.
not
I'll tell
here.
you when.
It's
I'll
like-
tell you when. I'll tell you when. And
It's not this
a little
one.
bit.
No,
Little
keep
bit.
going.
It should be like right here.
Okay.
Oh no, it's not here. It's like the next one.
It's the next one. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks
That's
about right. Sorry, we're going to an apartment to pick up my debit card.
'Cause you're a nerd.
Well, I sent out a friend on a mission to 7-Eleven with my debit card, so I didn't have to give him cash because I didn't have cash. So he just forgot to give it back to me. No big deal.
Yeah.
But anyway, honestly, I think the last thing I have to say about this movie is I really don't like the core message, because it's like, this is like going political a bit, and there's like a culture, especially on sites like Tumblr, and this isn't radically, like, this isn't indicative of all of Tumblr, but
There's a code.
Ah, shit. All right. Well, this isn't indicative of all of Tumblr. Do you happen to know the code, Casey?
I don't.
All right. Can you send a text to Kyle real fast to ask what the code is? But anyway, this isn't indicative of all of Tumblr, but there is a culture saying like, oh yeah, having a identity disorder or having mental problems is glorious. It's a good thing. You're special.
Oh wait,
But hold up. And
no wait, there's a card that's coming in right now.
Yeah.
There's a card that's coming out.
yeah, I don't want to get in the way of that. But the same thing, like having a identity disorder makes you beautiful and special, and you don't need to get help at all. You're more than human. Like, no, you need to get help.
I agree with that statement.
It's
Wait,
not healthy.
I don't think that's what like Tumblr is like though.
No, I'm saying there are parts of it, not all of it. That's why I'm saying not all of it. But we put in the code. Yeah, we are okay. We're good to go in. Anyway, so what I'm saying is, it's again, that's all of Tumblr, but it's this movie that gives off the idea, and if somebody somehow gets this idea from the movie saying, oh yeah, I'm more than human, I'm more powerful because I have DID. No, that's harmful to actual people who suffer from DID.
Okay, yeah, but keep in mind the guy who said that was like a guy that kidnapped and then ate.
Yeah,
2
no.
girls.
I was gonna say,
Like-
that's not the message that I got from the movie. I got from the movie that if you want to be able to like deal with life, then you have to like have some shit happen to you. You can't be like awesome all the time.
No, and I was
Be
upset,
fun.
and I was gonna bring that up, saying like, yeah, there's an alternate like interpretation of it. Yeah, it's a tight turn. I got it though.
Okay.
But it's an alternate interpretation, and I agree that is a better message, but somebody may misconstrue that.
People are going to misconstrue that. That's
Yeah.
how the world works.
Well, anyway,
Meh.
this was Draft House Drive.
Meh.
That was Split.
Meh.
Again,
Meh.
not the best movie, but it's
Meh.
all right.
Meh.
Meh.
Meh.